The topic which we are going to take up today is political science. Political science means the science dealing on politics. That is, in Tamil, it is called Arasar Ariviyal, and Arasar Ariviyal, that is political science one we are going to take up, in which the topic is state. We are going to discuss what is meant by state and what are the salient features of state, that we are going to discuss. State means the association of state is an assemblage of human beings or association of persons having a definite territory and having a government and also sovereignty power. So if these elements are available, then it is known as state. So India is a union of states. So there are so many states, and the overall India is known as union of states. Then, according to the definition, according to Garner, free from external control. That is, no external person can control the affairs of one country. Then it is known as sovereignty, according to Garner. So India is a sovereign country, and people show habitual obedience to the sovereignty. So this is the definition according to Garner, and elements and function we are going to see. As already discussed, the state should have the element of assemblage of human beings, that is the association of people. Second, the definite territory should be there, that is that definite boundary should be there. And third, there should be a government. And fourth one is sovereignty. If these elements are available, that is called state. And regarding the function of state, the important function is the security of defense. That is, the perpetual peace should be made available to the people, and for which the all over India an arrangement have been made. That is, the League of Nations have been formed, and then subsequently now United Nations organizations have been formed. So this is considering the security of the state or security of the people. And the microeconomic policy, that is the consumer, the protecting the consumer welfare, and the uplifting of the weaker sections, that there should not be so much variation between one section of people and another section of people, and the investing in areas where there is no profit. So particularly in profit areas, the people will be the private people will be coming forward to invest in sectors, but the government will be coming forward to the public sector undertaking where even there may not be any profit. Then that is called microeconomic policy. And next thing is the state function is judiciary, and the all people should be protected, and for which the judiciary has come to the rescue of the people, and that will see that the law is protected and the people are free from any suppressing or subversion. And then enterprise, the enterprise, public enterprises should be formed for giving job opportunity, and also to make the people to uplift the people of the weaker sections. Then lot of social welfare things are to be provided to the people. So that is, all people should get equal opportunity in life, for which social welfare schemes are to be formed by the government, such as the health, then the education, like that social welfare, for which so many schemes have come, Jawahar Rojgar Yojana, so like that so many schemes have come, and social welfare schemes have come to uplift the people. Then free rice scheme, Antyodaya Yojana, so many welfare schemes have come, and the structure, that is infrastructure, the infrastructure should be formed in the state, so that it can come up in industry, and it can give a lot of employment opportunity to the people. Then social policies, that is the policies to be to be focused on social policies such as education, health, welfare, housing projects. So many social policies have to be formulated and then evaluated and to be implemented. Then control of monopoly. There should not be any monopoly. The monopoly is there naturally. There may not be any competition in business, and what all the price determination will be on the monopoly sector, so that monopoly should be controlled. These things are all the function of the state, and the important thing is from cradle to grave, the care for citizens should be there, and provision for fundamental needs, food, then the housing scheme, and the education, health care, uplifting of downtrodden. These all things should be provided as the function of the state. Then now we will see what is the difference between state and society, state and association, state and government. First we will see the state and society. The state, we already told, an assemblage of human beings with territory, government and sovereign control. That is, the constitutes sovereignty, and it has the society's wider scope than state. So society have wider scope. Then state formed after society. Society is the primitive institution. So people combine together and form society, and after society only the government has been formed. So it is prior to the society. So the society is prior to state, and state is formed after society, and the state is politically organized, and then here it is a natural. The society is not politically organized, it is a natural unity of people. And then the government is the agency of the state. Here the lawmaking is made for the society by the state, and the territory, it has territory, state has territory. Here there is no question of territory. And then control of the state is made by that is the human behavior, external aspects of human behavior. Here both external and internal behavior of the people constitute the society. Then it is, if you want to study about state, we have to study the political science. Here if you want to study the society, we have to study sociology. The sociology is the study of society. Then we will see the state and government. What is the difference between state and government? The state is sovereign, and government, that is constituted by institutional agencies. The institutions are the educational institutions, religious institutions, and then the political institutions. So many institutions are there. Then the sovereign is larger territory, and here there is no such larger territory government, and the state is permanent one, and the government is not a permanent one. It will be changing often by universal suffrage and all. So it is a temporary structure. Then we will see the state. What is the difference between state and association? State, as we already told, it is a sovereignty, no outside control. So it has its own have control. No external force can control the internal affairs of a country. Of course, there may be some relationship will be there between one state to another state in business and other thing, as like World Trade Organization and United Nations organizations helping a lot of the helping a lot. Those things will be there, but that is by treaty. But the internal affairs of a country, no external agency can control the affairs of a state. That's called sovereign. Then the association is non-sovereign, and the state make laws, and the need of the laws, need of the people is taken into account by the association. Say for example, students welfare association, the residents welfare association, religious associations, political association, so many associations are there that takes care of the need of the people. So this is with regard to the state. ஒரு ஸ்டேட் என்பது என்ன என்பதை பற்றி பார்க்கின்றோம். அதில் 4 அங்கங்கள் இருக்க வேண்டும். ஒன்று, ஒரு எல்லை, அதில் மக்கள் வசிக்க வேண்டும், கவர்மெண்ட் இருக்க வேண்டும். அப்புறம் இறையாண்மை, சாவர்னிட்டி என்பது இறையாண்மை. இறையாண்மை என்பது என்னவென்றால், எந்த ஒரு வெளிச்சக்தியும் அந்த நாட்டினுடைய உள்நாட்டு விவகாரத்தில் தலையிடக்கூடாது என்பதே சாவர்னிட்டி என்பதாகும். இவ்வாறாக சொல்லப்படுகிறது. அடுத்ததாக பணிகள், என்னென்ன பணிகள் செய்ய வேண்டும் ஒரு ஸ்டேட்டு, தென் சொசைட்டி, ஸ்டேட்டு அண்ட் அசோசியேஷன், இவர்களுக்கெல்லாம் உள்ள டிஃபரன்ஸ். முக்கியமான வேறுபாடு சாவர்னிட்டி, நான் சாவர்னிட்டி. இன் கவர்மெண்ட் த ஸ்டேட் என்றாலே சாவரின் என்று பெயர், தட் இஸ் இறையாண்மை. With this we conclude this video.